Hey world builders, welcome back to Build Together. This is day 102. Today's prompt is describe an organization dedicated to making sure messages get from one place to another. This one comes from World Anvil's random prompt. I heard about the Virson company yet another day where I actually already had something in mind and finally got to write a doc about it thanks to Build Together. These are little facilities that are run by a company called Virson. Virson facilities are in the vast majority of nations, excluding Strana Gigantiv, the Garivian archipelago, and Belagul. They are everywhere else, and their facilities are dotted around, usually spaced well enough that most people have one that is within, a dozen or so miles, maybe a little more, depending on if you really live out in the sticks. Now, the draw of a Virson facility is that it can send a message to any other Virson facility of variable length, depending on how much you're willing to pay. How many chips you can put down will directly dictate how much you can speak and how much will be transmitted for how long. So you go into a Virson facility. Let's say you need to send a message to your mother over in Ornsire and you live in the Kingdom of Helva and it's urgent. So you give the person a couple of chips and you wait in a queue, and when that queue is finished, you get led into a small room and there is an attendant there who places your payment in the Maida Well, the Maida Circle, and as you place your hand on what is colloquially known as the speaking circle, when you place your hand on that, it will begin siphoning from the Maida that you have placed in the Maida Well, the chips that you have paid, and you'll start speaking. And the attendant will stay there to ensure that you aren't trying to copy the circle or tamper with anything, because the circles are sort of like the closest thing to proprietary knowledge in Attovia. They're kind of kept under wraps and secret as much as possible. Then the attendant will also, using a small Asherstone clock, kind of keep track of how close you are to using all of your time, and will sort of like let you know by raising a hand or something that your time is almost up. The only main limitation with your Sun Facility message system is that you can't like remove your hand, add more money, and place it back and continue the message. The message is sent when your hand leaves or when the Maida runs out, whichever happens first. You can't take the message back, but you can go back to the back of the queue, pay again, and send an addendum to that message, which will be marked as such in whatever your Sun Facility it arrives in. What's an organization that gets messages where they're supposed to go in your world? Thanks for going.